Hello, lovely people. I'm making this video for myself and my friend and whoever else is interested in hearing the best shows that are coming out in 2025 that at least I'm interested in. I'm not covering all the good shows that are coming out because I've not watched all those good shows. I've not watched Yellow Jacket. I've not watched Severance. I should and I will eventually, but these are the ones I'm most excited for, and a few movies too. And I will be going down in order of dates of when they're appearing. So the earliest show that's appearing is Invincible Season 3. That's really exciting. The first two episode the first two seasons were incredible. Dark, gritty, invested in the story, invested in the characters. No character is safe in Invincible, and everyone is fragile enough to get beaten to a pulp, pretty much. Even the Viltrumites. So it's suspenseful. I'm looking forward to it. It will be releasing first 3 episodes on February 6th. So that's pretty exciting. The next show I'm looking forward to is Daredevil Born Again. There is a lot riding on this because Disney Plus, Disney, Marvel has been uh, dishing out uh, meals of slop lately, right? And so it seems like whatever property they touch, they make it into a wet fart. It builds up with suspense. People are looking forward to it, but then it's just a fart, right? And so I really hope they don't mess this up because Netflix did an amazing job with Daredevil, and it's the same characters, right? Bringing back the same actor that played Matt Murdock, that played Wilson Fisk, uh, Karen Page, Foggy Nelson, and I'm really looking forward to it. And it's coming out on my birthday month of March 4th, 20 days before my birthday. So I hope that's not a disappointment. And second of secondly, The Last of Us season 2. Um, they did an amazing adaptation of the first game. Uh, I I loved pretty much everything that they did, and my only real big critique is there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough time with the characters, and there wasn't enough infected. uh, yeah, but I hear that there's gonna be a ton more infected, especially in the opening. If you've played the game, you know, or if you've seen someone play the game, you know that there is a lot of infected coming, and I think I think they're going to ace this show. It's gonna come out on April, possibly after the White Lotus uh, season 3 uh, final episode, which is April 6th. So there's some speculation that it's gonna release right after, just to keep people engaged and hyped. Right. So hopefully it'll be that early. Fourthly is Andor season 2. Star Wars has been in the trenches. Been in the trenches. Let's face it. Come on, right? The recent trilogy movies, highly controversial. We can kind of agree that first one was pretty good, right? And then the second one, just like disappointment, and then the third one is laughable. And now the Disney Plus uh, Star Wars series have been just awful, right? There's Boba Fett, right? Super cringy with those teenagers that get body augmentations and ride shiny motorcycles across the desert. Uh, and so Andor has been the shining light where it's underappreciated by the masses because it doesn't have enough Star Wars icons to get you hooked, but it tells its own original story, and it succeeded doing that. And so season 2, pretty hyped for it. A show that I've only watched in my family and social group is Beastars, right? The third season is cut off in two, and the way that they left it, well, how can I explain this without spoiling too much? Is a huge cliffhanger. Uh, Literally, is a huge cliffhanger, and I when I finished watching it, I thought that was the end of the series because I heard that the series ended in 3 seasons. And I was like, oh, thank God there's a second part. Because first part was okay. The first 2 seasons were pretty fun. And so hopefully they'll pick it up second part and leave on a strong note. Sixthly is a film franchise I don't have a personal relationship with, but it sounds like the movies are high quality, and that's the 28 Days Later series. It started off with 28 days, then 28 weeks, and now I believe 28 years later. Stop. And so I might just have to watch the movies. I've watched someone react to the first movie, so, and the trailers for this movie looks pretty hyped, so pretty interested in that. All right. DC has been in the shitters in the last like decade. They've produced a lot of slop. But now Marvel is in that same position. They're producing a lot of slop that we don't care about. However, DC made a very smart choice of handing over the controls to the creator of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, James Gunn. He's now running the whole DC universe, and he's starting off the movies with the Suicide Squad sequel. But his main entrance right now is the Superman movie coming out in July 11th. It seems pretty good. He usually doesn't disappoint with the films that he produces. It seems like his most recent project, Creature Commandos, is pretty successful, pretty entertaining. And so I suspect nothing less of Superman. Superman is a character I've not really cared about too much. I don't think a lot of people relate too much with Superman. He has like infinite power, essentially. He's the strongest man in the world. There's not much to relate to, but James Gunn is really good at making people invest in the characters, so I suspect that his Superman movie will at least be entertaining, if not making us be invested in his journey. And finally, to end off this list is a franchise I'm most recently encountered is Dan to Dan, is an anime that I watched recently, and I was blown away from it. Just listen to the title intro song. It goes through phases of just emotions, different music styles. It's incredible, and the story is deeply entertaining. They don't waste any time, unlike unlike Demon Slayer. Dan doesn't waste any time with the characters and the action. It's just constantly moving, and everything feels important. So that comes out in July, uh, and that ends this list. What are you looking forward to? What television should I watch? Etc. Etc. All right. You'll see me in the next video.